Welcome to Saturday night edition of 321 No Kiddin. I am currently in Connecticut not when I'm recording this, but I am going to be out of town. And I'm sure by Sunday night, tomorrow night's episode, I will have lots of stuff to catch you up on from my trip. But tonight we're going to continue with the checklist of symptoms leading to a relapse. And I'm getting this list off the back of Gamblers Anonymous phone card that in some of the meetings I've been in the past has gotten handed around as part of the new member packet. So last night we did exhaustion, and tonight we're going to do dishonesty. So dishonesty. This begins with a pattern of unnecessary little lies and deceits with fellow workers, friends, and family. Then come important lies to yourself. This is called rationalizing, making excuses for not doing what you do not want to do or for doing what you know is wrong. So I shared in a group yesterday. I think it was yesterday. Wow, the days are kind of blending together. But I shared how when I was planning on, I had relapsed in October, and that Thanksgiving, I was out in Kansas City, and I didn't have my family wasn't there. It was just me, essentially. So there was coworkers and various people that offered to, they invited me to Thanksgiving dinner. And what I was doing was I was telling people, oh, so-and-so invited me, or, oh, so-and-so invited me. So it was true. People did invite me, but what I wasn't saying, which counts as dishonesty in my book, lies of admission, is that I was going to go spend the day at the casino. I led them to believe I was going to somebody else's house and that I was okay, but I was already planning my trip to the casino. And I could have just had my one hurrah in October and been done with it and started over. But I chose, like I said, to go back that Thanksgiving. So dishonesty is very blatant on the way to relapse. I'm a little confused about dishonesty after being lied to for a big part of the last few years. I don't know all the factors of how it ties into addiction. I know that I had to lie a lot more when I was gambling. I don't lie today, or at least I don't try to lie today. I don't have anything to lie about. I mean, I'm pretty transparent. I might modify the truth to avoid hurting someone's feelings, but even that I'm not stellar at. We established that I'm not all gushy when it comes to being mindful of people's feelings. So what would some dishonesty leading up to a relapse look like? It might be hiding money, and again, a lie of omission is still a lie. So say you did a side job for somebody and you got some cash, or you acquired some cash. Not telling your significant other that you have that cash is being dishonest. And it also is, you're stockpiling and you're already in gambling mode. I've heard in our groups a lot of rationalization, and I think that word was in there about, they might have come clean about their gambling and everything, but they still have secret bank accounts. Well, why won't you tell them? Well, I gotta still feel like, they feel like it completes them, or in their mind, like I said, rationalizing, they think it's important, and it's nothing but ego and the addiction trying to win and get back in their lives by setting them up that way. Another thing to lie about, and something that I think is so important, is routine. So you might have a 10-minute commute, and instead it starts taking 20 or 30 minutes, and you start blaming traffic. And I'm just making this up. But you're trying to cushion in time to stop at OTB or wherever, your relapse would take place if you were to have one. So you start, making up those times. Or heck, you might say you're at a meeting. I would hope not, but the lies just come so easy when we're using. So when we start lying, even when we're abstinent, something's going on. We call it at the center, they say the addiction's doing push-ups on your shoulder or out in the parking lot doing push-ups, trying to reel you back into placing a bet. And, Neil described it on his episode as the beast. So the beast is going to lie so that they can woo you back to a bet. And if you've come out and you've done some apologizing and you're trying to get your life back on track, you could be setting some people up, including yourself, for some real disappointment. So lying, dishonesty is a Band-Aid for that. So I think what I would ask you to do is think about that. Are you being honest in all aspects of your life? Are you being truthful? I'll tell you, I flipped that switch the last, this go round, I guess. I don't feel like I have anything I need to lie about or hide, which helps. And this theme keeps showing up about, and I'm not trying to go down a whole other shame and that kind of a road, but this theme keeps showing up where if you are open and honest about everything, you like taking away the power from the other person who could hurt you, for example. Well, in this case, it could be the addiction that can hurt you. So if you're going to meetings and you're being honest at meetings and you're being honest with your family, all that honesty is going to feel good too. You're going to be like, I don't have to lie. They said today in group, I love this. I think less about how to be sober or abstinent in public than when I was, and this was in a drinking context, it took up more mental energy to think about how to get the next drink than it does to stay sober. And that's applicable to gambling too. Or it could be, because you start living a better life once you start getting really honest. And the first person you have to be honest with is yourself. I think you know that. So, all right. So that's my spiel for Saturday night. I hope you guys have a wonderful evening / morning, depending on where you are. I'll be back tomorrow night with either some adventures from Connecticut, or we'll do the third thing that is relative to relapse.